So the corn chick, she's supposed to be the hot chick? Like, what the hell's that about?
The corn chick?
What's her name?
Courtney Love?
Yeah.
Oh, Courtney Love.
Yeah. This was...
not
right.
corn, where's she from?
This was direct...
Hull.
She was... Yeah.
She's not a hot... She's a
No.
hot chick.
This was right after... Alright, this was directed by Milos Forman, who also directed some... One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, like the film no one's heard of. But he also... You've heard of that movie?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's?
Yeah, you've heard of that one? So he also directed, then after that, a little, many years later, directed Amadeus?
Is this a joke?
Is this a joke? Is this real?
Is this real?
You know what? He's that movie, was it, where he's talking about how this sucks about the Amish that they don't understand sarcasm?
No, that wasn't Amish. That was Armenians.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Armenians don't understand sarcasm.
It's funny because he said that. Anyway,
I think I need the nonverbal cues, and I wasn't looking at him, so I missed it.
all right. So then after that, Milos Forman, skip a few movies. He directed Amadeus, great biopic. Amadeus.
Fucking good movie. God,
Amazing.
if that hit an instant watch in a heartbeat, like
So alright, so Milos Forman, you're already looking at his list of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Amadeus.
Yeah.
Later directed another biopic, The People vs. Larry Flint.
Oh, that's a good one.
You seen that one?
He also did In-Betweeners. I don't know if you guys knew that one.
Yeah, he directed the... No, he didn't. If he did, that would be a completely different movie.
I would.
So this was...
Oh my god.
This was his film after People vs. Larry Flint, which, if you remember, the love interest in that movie was played by Courtney Love. So...
But she's not hot.
No, she's not.
What the hell?
But it's interesting because in these two movies, she's acceptable as an actress in the films. I think in both the movies, she's not terrible.
Yeah, but she's not terrible. She's not good.
No, she's not great. But
so why the hell did they cast her as the love interest?
That's her hair. You know what I'm saying? People vs. Larry. Yeah, right after People vs. Larry Flint was this one. So that's so that's why she appears in this movie. Is because she had already worked with him on the last film. Yeah, I didn't even... It's hard to recognize Courtney Love in this movie because she's not...
Coked up on...
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
She was all, like,
you can tell, too, that she wasn't, like, all fucked up.
Yeah, she looked clean and sober in this
But
one.
she's still not the hot
No, she's not.
I don't understand.
No. Look, Kurt Cobain was not sober when he got with her.
She was very, like, homebody woman.
Yeah,
No.
even less than that.
I think that's why Kurt Cobain killed himself.
Now
Sobered up, and he's like, this is what I married into?
This movie was based off of the REM song, Man on the Moon. Actually was. It's a kind of interesting thing. But also based off...
Yeah, I don't think Andy Kaufman was that good.
I didn't even see the quote on the poster.
Hello, my name is Andy Kaufman, and this is my poster.
Yeah.
I love his foreign man character in the beginning of this movie. So, it starts off with the opening scene where...
Jim Carrey's...
telling everyone to go away.
Yeah.
Which was how we started the special. So that's where they took that from.
His TV special?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least one of the specials that I was reading about. I like that because it kind of sets up the entirety of Andy Kaufman's humor, which is this is for people who get it.
Yeah.
So he's playing the first prank on everyone of the, hey, movie's over, go home, goodbye, credits roll, he leaves, black. Darkness, silence for a while.
And for a long enough time
that if people in the movie theater had seen this and start leaving and be like, what's that? And I'd hope that they ask their money back and leave. I've seen people who are at the movie theaters who are terrible, terrible people in movie theaters. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the ones like in Compton.
No.
Oh.
No. They just say, don't go in there, Andy.
You can't go.
Anyway.
They kick you out.
Don't go home there, Andy?
Don't go in there, Andy. Oh. Don't go in there! He's right behind you! Nothing.
He's just not racist enough.
You know, all the Germans in those theaters. Get out of the way, Andy! Don't go in that house! Anyway. I don't know what you're talking about. So then we get to him as a child, and he's got the animal song, which is, of course, where What Does the Fox Say came from.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Oh, right.
I kind of, think about that as Ylvis being comedians and comedy fans, they probably picked that up from Andy Kaufman's Animal Song, which he is credited. Andy Kaufman gets music credit for the movie because of that song. Because
the cow goes.
Oink! Damn it! Shit! You get that one wrong all the time. So that was his first comedy of the. He doesn't want. It's his first performance art comedy, but absolutely no one got it.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what I think is the brilliant character that he creates there of the foreign guy, who later they call Latka Taxi, but originally he doesn't have a name as much as the foreign guy.
See, but going back to the original song or whatever,
Yeah.
like it may not be that people just didn't get it, and maybe that it's just not funny.
I think it's
Like anybody
it's
can
one of those
sing a
things
kid's song and then go up on stage and do it. Like,
I think it's the fact
that
that he's doing the kid's song on a comedy stage
In a bar.
in a bar for adults. It's that thing of it's the juxtaposition of what he's doing and what people expect,
Yeah.
and just laughing at the situation. And that's the only thing that it is. It's not
This
as
movie
funny
made me
as
laugh
other things.
a lot.
Yes.
Because
I think because of Andy Kaufman,
it was just like,
laugh a lot.
oh, this is so good.
It's great that nobody gets
He's
that.
just in the bar singing children's songs.
So I think what's better as a comedian,
To all
though,
these drunk adults.
to
Like,
do
it's
that is
fantastic.
that foreman character, because there's the regular comedy that people are laughing at when they don't understand that it's a character. So those people are laughing at, oh, this foreign guy, he's trying to tell these jokes, and we kind of get like, I get what he's doing there, but they're laughing at him for that. But they don't understand that he's making fun of the way that stand-up comedy is done, that comedians, that he's making fun of the classic comedian jokes, and he's also kind of making fun of the people for laughing at that. So he's playing that trick on them. And I love that.
But at least
the
that was
way-
clever.
Yeah, that mixed with the way that he acts so simple when he first meets George Shapiro. And he's treating him like he's autistic there. He's like, hey, we got a big deal for you. I can do something. But and he still keeps up that really calm, just like nice demeanor until he proposes him with the taxi deal. And then he gets really serious, and that's when he breaks that.
Well, no, it's not that doesn't break him because he's not that interested. What
Yeah,
breaks
he
him
wants
is
to
that
sign
he's-
him, and he
is
says,
that
"Oh, you're
he gives him
George
the thing,
Shapiro."
and he's like, George Shapiro, and
Yeah,
Well,
then
that
goes down.
no, that breaks him from the foreign man character.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that even after that, he's very calm and reserved. And when George Shapiro brings him into his office and gives him the taxi deal, he's very he's careful with him in the way that you would with someone who has a simpler person.
Oh, okay.
So he's treating him very very carefully with that, and like all smiles with that.
I thought it was interesting that he didn't like being on Taxi at all.
No, yeah,
That was really weird to me.
Because growing up watching Taxi, you wouldn't get that because he's a great actor.
Yeah.
He plays his role. He does his part really well. He's a professional guy, although he can do what he wants.
But I don't know how true it is, but like he really, really did not like doing that.
yeah,
at
no,
all.
didn't want to do it because it's.
And that's his bread and butter. That's where he made all his money.
And the thing is, I love the stuff that he says about it in the beginning. It's a sitcom. It's got the canned laughter. It's just the lowest common denominator jokes on there. Sure, it's going to be extremely popular and everyone's going to love him, but it's not what he wants to do. He wants to do something that's interesting, something that's.
And then it even
Graphic
bites him
makes
in
you
the
think
ass
on
too,
different
because
levels.
like when he goes up on stage to do his comedy routine the next time, they're all saying,
Oh, shut up and do the voice.
Yeah,
But
they
he
just want him to do that.
But then he punishes them. He punishes them by doing his British accent and reading The Great Gatsby.
yeah,
And then the pre-recorded.
that was so good.
This is
That
all
was funny.
actual things. Like I read this up. He actually did this and
Yeah, that was
had
so good.
the record of that. But his commitment to the bit outlasts every person in the audience. Even the ones who stay are not entertained by it at all.
There's that one guy.
He
Every-
said like
So,
he's saying he gets it, but no, it's just him. It's not entertaining at that point. It's just.
I thought he was listening to the story. Like, okay, I've never heard.
Okay,
it
he
before.
just liked The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
Like, God, that was really good. They should make that into
Like
a couple different movies. And, yeah.
Sorry, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't think he did multiple movies, but yeah, it'd be a good one. All right, so let's see. First, Danny DeVito playing George Shapiro. I like that because he's in there later. When he's on Saturday Night Live, the meditation scene right before that, where it's what's the secret to comedy, and the guy who's leading the class just wants him to be quiet. Silence. But that inspires him, and he takes that to heart, and it really does work in that SNL bit. And that was the way that nobody got that in the beginning, and that was one where it wasn't. That was one that I think everyone got that joke eventually. It wasn't one that's alienating a bunch of people as much as some of his other stuff did, like the Great Gatsby thing.
You know what really, I'm like thinking about it, that I laughed so hard was when he was on that show with Norm Macdonald or whatever.
Norm Macdonald was playing Michael Richards.
Well, whoever that, that
But
was right.
it was supposed to be.
Oh,
Michael,
really?
yeah, that's Michael Richards in the actual one. Now, in the and Michael Richards said that's not how it actually went. Michael Richards actually got the joke, and like it's not.
Well, either way, that scene was
but
hilarious.
it was a
if
good
that's how it worked out, and then he's like,
It's a little
everybody,
different.
you're all into this joke, blah blah, and
Yeah.
then he like fucks with him. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
It was something similar to that. It wasn't.
Like, no, they're just making me.
But
They're
they're only making me apologize. Then they're gonna cut away right now. If you want to see me go down to my visit, what's up next?
I like when they cut to that on The Simpsons, and it's like a drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Drunk
Technical
cameraman.
difficulties.
Yeah. That would have been.
But that was a good scene. I
Would
was
have been
like,
so exciting to actually watch all of this stuff going down in
Yeah.
real time as it was going on.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, if you knew what was going on.
yeah, there's people like you see stuff like that. I think someone was talking about some celebrity recently and wondering if it was just a character bit like this. I can't remember which one it was. But sometimes when certain celebrities get so out of control that it's so crazy that you've got to think like they've got to be doing a bit or something. I know.
Then they go kill themselves.
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix did that recently with.
oh, but he did a shitty job at it.
Yeah, it was the thing of oh no, this is real and we're really documenting this, and it was that, and then they said, oh no, it's fake, and now people after that were wondering, wait. If they're saying it's fake, does that mean what if it was actually real and he did go on this crazy downward spiral that was documented, and they're just saying it's fake so that he seems like he's.
I just thought, who gives a shit? Because this guy's not interesting.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the Andy Kaufman level of it. But it makes you think on those ways. Some people. I haven't seen the movie either. I just saw the
Patton
first one of
Oswalt
it.
before he became famous.
Yeah, so I didn't even notice him in this one. I didn't read it until afterwards he was in there.
He had
which-
the blonde wig. He was in Comedy Club. He was at the table. I forget what he said.
Yeah, him and something else were saying something.
Didn't notice him in that one.
He might have been at the bar actually.
Mm.
I don't remember. Was it at the bar, Comedy Club? He was sitting in a booth.
I know where he was.
He's
He
on
was
the
in one
left
of those
side of the screen.
many scenes in the.
He was on the left side of the screen. He had a blonde, long hair wig on. It was kind of weird.
I'll play the movie again and look on the left side of the screen.
You know what else was a great scene was when they go to the whorehouse.
Yeah,
He's all, what do I do?
something of the commitment to the characters.
He's like, Jew. I was like, oh, this is funny.
what? Yeah, he's been in here. He's been here every other week. And the line that he says to them of, "Hey, you want to come with me to Hollywood and destroy television?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so good.
That line was a great one of just the thought of destroying the system, like he's fighting against the bland nature of everything that's going on there, and it's really brilliant, and it's a thing that lots of people will say they want to do something that's counterculture that'll shock everyone, that's against everything else, and say that they don't want the fame or any of this stuff, and like he really did it.
Yeah.
He actually did everything there. That was again what you were saying with the brass balls.
Well, the one thing that gives you grass balls.
That's
Balls,
you
right?
don't want brass balls.
Brass balls in Hollywood is he really didn't care as much about the money.
Yeah. And part of it too, I mean, the thing about that George Shapiro was saying that doing Taxi will allow him to do all of that stuff. It did. It gave him the financial ability to not have to worry about the money.
You just need that first boost or whatever. That's what it seems like in everyone's life.
And then even what his friend Bob was saying about him doing that is when he was wanting to quit Taxi, because it's just so stupid, it blows common out of your stuff.
Yeah.
And Bob was saying that this is what allows you, this is what builds up that character. You're building up all of the respect of all of the people out there, and everyone's loving him. So that allows him to then completely mess with them later on, which he does with the Great Gatsby thing. When he's touring, because people expect one thing, he ruins them with the other, and then finally paying off with the wrestling.
Wrestling with women.
Now I even forgot again, having seen this movie before, I forgot that Jerry Lawler was in on it.
Oh,
And, I don't know how I forgot that one again, but that
I
was
love when he and I've seen the original clips when he pushes him.
I actually had the feeling at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I was completely sold. And it actually, if there was one thing that, I mean, this is probably something that happened in IRL or whatever, right? But Jerry Lawler slapping him.
Yes.
Yeah.
That just instantly just took me out of it and went, no, this has got to be
But that part,
sure, this
yeah.
is fake.
But part of that scene too is
only because of the necklace.
Letterman wasn't. Letterman wasn't in on that joke, but
oh really?
no, he wasn't. It
Have you
was
seen
just
the original though?
yeah.
He smacks him,
Yes.
dude. He flies.
You can go look. All of these incidents that happen, you can find the actual video of it, and they're
Yeah.
really great. You should
He
check them out.
smacks the shit out of him. It's
But
awesome.
that was not the slap wasn't planned.
It
So
wasn't?
yeah, it was saying that I was reading all about this last night.
It was probably just one of those in the moments.
He actually did get injured. He did have neck injuries. They did make them seem more severe than they actually were, but he did get injured. Their interaction on that show, they knew that they were going to hash it out and to fight on this one, but not that they were actually going to physically, so that was played out against that.
Yeah.
It's brilliant stuff. But it's part of the thing with him doing the wrestling thing is it's also a joke on how, and the reason Lawler was into this, a joke on because wrestling was staged.
Yeah.
So it's just adding another staged element to it.
You want to wrestle?
Yeah. and I think Lawler would have appreciated the idea of being a wrestle villain, because he wanted to be a wrestling villain on there, but he couldn't fight people his own size. So yeah.
He took their job.
So that was great stuff. Oh, the line I wrote down when he was before they came up with the wrestling idea. Andy Kaufman was saying he doesn't know what could shock people anymore after Tony Cliff did, short of faking his own death. And that was something that they threw off on a line there, but it is documented that, or Bob had said, outside of this film, but in real life, Bob had said that they had talked many times about him faking his death, and that if he were to do it, he would show up 20 years later. But so that brings us to modern day, two things actually going on.
Yeah.
There was the story of at one of the recent comedy benefit award show things, someone claiming to be Andy Kaufman's daughter showed up and said that he is alive. He did fake his own death. But he switched his identity with someone else so that he could go into obscurity and have a normal life, raise a family, and all that stuff, which completely believable that someone would do that with being in the public eye so much, and that he'd be able to do that. And I don't think he would return.
That's just
20 years later.
It's so tempting, right? Just to stay.
Yeah, just to stay
out of it at that
stay out of
point.
it. However, then SmokingGun.com said that was not true. They found evidence against it. She was hired by.
That's a big
brother.
Dude, that.
Yeah. Its budget was $82 million and it made $47 million. So
shit.
it lost.
What other movies came out around this time?
Jeez, that's bad.
Let's see, 1999.
Oh, and the Star Wars, but that was in May. But it was probably still making
Holiday 1999.
Yeah. Well, that's the
God.
time of the year that they release all the award films anyway, so this was definitely an award film.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Tony Kaufman and the something.
Yeah.
So let's see. So then you got cancer, right?
Lung cancer.
I like how
What's Fridays?
how they were like, you better not be fucking with me. We're
That
gonna
was the
beat
TV
the
show.
shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then the brothers and sisters were not believing it at all. They're like,
When you've lived your life on a joke the whole time and always in character, how can you get
The
people to believe
Matrix.
you? Yeah.
An American Beauty.
Toy Story
Toy Story 2?
South Park.
South Park, dude.
Yeah, Star
Being John
Spanglish.
Malkovich.
But the thing is, you need to know which.
Sixth Sense.
Hold on, you need to see
Fight
what
Club.
time.
Oh God.
Yes,
Adventures
1990.
of Elmo and Grouchland.
Yeah,
It's over.
That was. You have to see what. All right,
Oh,
Fight
Fight
Club.
Club,
A little
okay.
recently around there. I was in that movie.
You say you're in every movie.
Yeah, I was in a lot of movies. Pokemon, the
Dogma.
first movie.
Dogma.
Oh, Dogma. Okay. Yeah, that made all the money. Wait,
a lot
no, it
of
didn't.
people went to see
Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
No,
John
it's
Adapt.
Toy Story
December
2.
now. Okay, so Toy Story 2, that was the
Oh, the
seeding
Green
up all the-
Mile.
Juice
Oh,
Bigelow,
the
Male
Green Mile.
Gigolo. Yeah, that.
Oh.
The Cider
man.
House Rules.
Bicentennial. I like Bicentennial.
Yeah, I saw that movie too.
Wacko's Wish.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest.
That's a good movie.
That's a good movie. Magnolia.
Talented Mr.
Oh my God.
All of these huge
What
movies
the
released
hell?
on the same few weekends.
Jeez.
Alright, so that's why it didn't make any money, is
Awesome
all of these huge movies came out with
What
great
the
people.
shit? 1999.
Dude, but think about it.
Oh shit, the world's gonna end. I better make a really good movie. And
I thought
release it
1994 had a lot of great movies. but
For a
no.
comedy slash drama, $84 million. That's a lot of cash.
That is a lot of money to put into that. It had a lot of stars in
For
it.
Kaufman.
Yeah.
Fucking what? $40 million in the hole? Jeez.
Well, you know what? Tony Clifton could pay for that. So
That's
don't worry
true.
about it. He'll work the rest of his life to pay
I wonder
it
if he had like a fake, like everything for him and he just took out a bunch of loans for Tony Clifton.
I hope so. I really hope he did. Yeah, it seems like he could have done that. Okay, so the thing that also made me really mad on this level is his meditation. I was writing this down after he got
Booted.
after he got cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, after he got diagnosed with cancer, and he goes to meditation and to Eastern healing to heal himself with that, and that was the same thing that Steve Jobs did. And both those people aren't with us anymore right now.
What does that tell you about holistic medicine?
That it works.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's what Bob Marley did
Now-
too.
Now I do like when he went to the Philippines because he knew that wasn't going to work. He knew that psychic healing was bullshit.
It seemed like he was holding on to like a little tiny itty bitty ounce of
Maybe,
hope. A tiny
But I liked that the angle they showed when he was going out for it, because when you're seeing other people doing it, and they,
Yeah.
it looks like the thing is you see all the videos of the look that
That's
actually
cancer.
worked. They told all the cancer out of him. But the angle as he was
Yeah.
seeing it, when you could see the stuff in his hand, and then he
Yeah.
starts laughing with that, because as someone who's gone through life fooling everyone else in his performance art, he's recognizing that these people are performance artists too.
Yeah.
And people are losing their lives because of this. But
It's like the ultimate prank.
yeah, it's like from one prankster to another, it's the laugh, and they're like, "Oh,
He's like,
you
that's
got
a good
me."
one.
It could have been that. It could have he didn't. Yeah, that he believed it, and just seeing them and you got me,
Yeah, I think that's how I
Yeah,
feel like.
that
Ah,
could
this
be
fucking guy.
and that's his
Good one.
Kind of like the perfect way, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a good way for him to go, if anyway. But yeah, that's one of the many things that makes me upset with that. And meditation and Eastern medicine is really good for lots of things.
Not
But
cancer
not
related.
Not cancer related.
Well, you can't just ignore science. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't
you have to
ignore
combine,
science.
I think you have to combine the attitude of Eastern medicine
Yes.
with the science of Western, and then you got, like, the ultimate.
Yeah, the Eastern medicine can help your attitude and help you get your emotions straight and get
Because,
your
like,
mind
just being
focused. But
stressed out is gonna, like,
That
make
could hurt.
everything worse.
Stress can help, and as we were saying, with
And-
positive energy, that works
Yeah.
too. But you also need the science. You also need
Yeah,
the
oh,
medicine.
And the northern medicine.
Northern medicine too.
Santa Claus,
Yeah.
you have cancer treatment.
Medicine to South, Sprite and NyQuil and chicken soup.
So yeah, those things make me mad that we could have had these people around longer. If it
Yeah.
weren't for that.
I'm sure he would have blown himself up somehow.
Maybe he would have faked his own death. Maybe he would have actually faked the death instead of just
Tupac
talking
ain't
about
dead.
it. Yeah.
Tupac's alive.
Him
Ooh,
and Kaufman are just
That's what we
hanging
need
out.
on a comedy show. We need a hologram, Kaufman hologram.
Kaufman hologram. Oh my god.
Yes, thank you very much. It's gonna be a hologram just standing there and lip syncing to Mighty Mouse. It'll be so worth it. That'll close Coachella this next year. It'll be great.
So
It'll be a good one.
Nobody would care.
Yeah. So Milos Forman put
No
that in
one
let's
care.
say 1 year later, so that it could on the thought of he could actually be out there and still be
Oh, yeah.
alive. And this was still the movie came out before the 20-year mark,
Uh-huh.
but now that's passed, so he's probably dead. And
Or really, really wanting to hide. Like, that's the thing.
yeah,
This is
the
like-
only thing that he could have done, he had to have switched his identity with someone else. to do that because they do have the death certificate.
And you'd have to like
But-
move to Alaska or something.
You can do. It's a thing.
No way, people can't move there. Oh,
The
you
only-
only move out.
The
of
only
Alaska.
people, no, the only
You don't
people that
never-
move to Alaska are people who are escaping something and
Yeah.
hiding.
Oh, well, yeah.
So that's
Yeah, that's true.
he could be there.
You're running from something if you're going to Alaska.
Yeah.
Could even be in Canada or just Europe or something like.
What?
You're too popular in Canada.
Yeah, that's where comedy lives. Maybe he,
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
he like
I
secretly
forgot.
ran a comedy camp over there that taught all these other people the comedy, and like
Forgot
that's where
about
Jim
that.
Carrey
That's
got
what
his
Jim
comedy
Carrey. Oh
from.
my god.
Ah, maybe Jim Carrey is Andy Kaufman. No, no. The ultimate performance art.
I know. He goes up on stage and he's like.
He gets facial reconstructive
That's me,
surgery to make
yeah.
himself
Yeah.
look like.
So then,
another
pulling out his
person.
face, it's just a skull underneath.
So
it.
it's him playing him. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
I
Now,
think we got something here, Balance.
then you find out later that this is actually someone else playing Andy Kaufman and playing all of that.
Oh
It's,
god, it's like one of those Russian
maybe he's
dolls.
playing Danny DeVito. Maybe he's Danny DeVito. It's the character.
You're
You
gonna make
never
my
saw them on
brain
screen at the
explode.
same time in Taxi.
Oh god, stop it.
I need to go back and watch Taxi.
Wait till you watch Jingle All the Way.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jingle All the Way. Next week, we'll discuss that one. Thank you for watching.
Oh,
this.
I really want to say I really
Oh.
really liked the ending.
Where he died? You're a dick.
I liked
Where Tony Clifton
I liked
performs.
how it was just so sudden. How it was just he's dead.
It was kind of sudden in there.
Like, it
was
happened, I went, oh,
and then
but-
he's down at the surgery, and then it fades, and it's
Him dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
but
It's
that's
last-
how it happens.
yeah.
Not all the time.
You do kind of just die sometimes.
Sometimes.
Maybe.
Actually, from cancer, it just take quite a while. So.
Unless
I
you
mean,
go
you
off
know,
to the Philippines.
you're still not
and
dead from cancer
Don't
yet.
take any Western
That's
medicine.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've,
man,
you've
there's-
had it how long? When did you get diagnosed with cancer?
When I was 16.
All right.
1996.
It's been a little while.
It's
Still holding.
working-
You're
it's
still
working its
holding
way.
your buddy.
Yeah, it's working.
And in the year 1984, when cancer was really treatable, and they had all the
I'm saying if he were to do some sort of medicine, then maybe he lives long enough to get treatment. I don't
Actually,
know.
Yeah, he should have went to Germany for.
that was during the AIDS epidemic too. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe he had AIDS and he just said it was cancer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
that's the joke.
It's a terrible joke.
Particularly
He
his
was
wife.
35, so young. So horrible. Alright. Let's continue mourning the loss of Andy Kaufman.
He's 60 now.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.